Next on Webster News tonight, a proposed solar panel project has some Webster residents concerned about the future of their neighborhood. Plus, a local drum company is not only expanding its brand, but its space. A look inside SJC Custom Drums. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. The potential for a large-scale solar project in Webster has some residents concerned, while others say it would benefit the town. It would be set up on more than 130 acres of land, and its opponents say they are worried about their environment and resources. Our Chandler Walsh joins us now to explain. Chandler?
Olivia, the 5-megawatt solar project is proposed on residentially zoned land. A woman I spoke to says some in the neighborhood have fought against similar projects in the past and are doing the same. Debbie Mikowski looks out to forest in her backyard in Webster. She's afraid a proposed solar panel project in the Blueberry Hill neighborhood could change her view.
I just think that they need to go someplace else.
The project proposed by Blue Wave Solar would include more than 17,000 solar panels on 134 acres of land. State Senator Ryan Fatman has concerns. Writing to the town, the Department of Energy Resources discourages sites where large-scale industrial solar will result in significant loss of land and natural resources. Some in the area a little further from the project don't see an issue.
I think it's wonderful because it's going to be way up on the hill and no one's going to see it. I don't think it'll influence anything.
It should be fine as long as it's in the woods. I'm all for it.
For Mikowski, she's worried the solar project will destroy the neighborhood's wildlife and contaminate her and her neighbor's water.
That many panels, there will be vegetation under them, and I'm so concerned that the only way to control that is with chemicals. And we all have well waters up here.
Mikowski says the panels should not be constructed in a residential area.
I bought here with the forest behind me, and that puts value in my home. It would be no different than if they drain Webster Lake. How would those people feel if one day they had no water in front of them? Their house would not be the same.
Senator Fatman requested the town continue hearings while he discusses with the state. The next hearing is in September. We have not yet received a statement from Blue Wave Solar. Chandler Walsh, Webster News Tonight.
Northbridge and Uxbridge police departments hosting dozens of kids over the course of 2 weeks this summer as part of their Youth Police Academy. The academy gives students a behind-the-scenes look into what goes into being a police officer. Officers in charge of the program say it allows students to build relationships with law enforcement. Wednesday, kids got a chance to learn the proper procedures into pulling someone over.
I see cars on the highway getting pulled over, and I only see it from a view going by, and so now I actually know what they're saying and doing.
It's a little fun, and we kind of learned about how you never know what will really happen when you pull someone over like this.
They see us in the schools a lot. They have a lot of questions every day. Why are you here? What are you here for? The school position is building relationships, and that's also what we're trying to do here.
And the academy is free and funded by the police department. A sad update to a story we first brought you last night. Crews have not been able to recover the wedding band of a Korean War veteran's late wife. Helgerson Excavating and GL Plumbing Drainaway spent 3 days searching and say they did everything they could to retrieve the ring, which belonged to Francis Trainor's wife. Trainor was told it fell down a storm drain outside of Market 32 in Worcester. This morning, crews removing everything from the drain.
We were able to suck up everything. Then we used a jetter hose to break down everything to make it easier to suck up. So now we're going to transport that to Helgerson's shop. It's a garage, got floor drains in there and everything. So now we're going to lay it on the ground, sift through all the muck to find that ring.
But even after spending 5 hours sorting through everything with a metal detector, the ring was nowhere in sight. Trainor was there helping them along the way. Bigger dreams call for a bigger space. SJC Custom Drums has almost quadrupled its size with a new facility in Southbridge. The company, started by 2 brothers, now makes drums for some of the most well-known bands. Our Roslyn Flaherty joins us now with more on the expansion. Roslyn?
Olivia, they make drums for bands like Green Day and say they never would have thought their company would get this big. These are just some of the pieces SJC Custom Drums has made for bands like Green Day, Imagine Dragons, and Slipknot.
I networked my way into, finding these cool bands that were on tour and on TV to represent our brand and play these drums.
The Southbridge company started making drums 18 years ago in Michael Chaprare's grandmother's basement.
Just started building drums for fun. My brother really nerded out and figured out how to cut different bearing edges.
He and his brother started in a tiny space in Dudley and last month expanded to a 60,000 square foot facility.
We needed the space. We were just on top of each other. The office was just like so many people with like drums all around them, which is cool, but it's not cohesive for manufacturing.
Their custom drums can range anywhere from $800 to whatever someone is willing to pay, and can be made in just days.
Trey from Green Day, we've done some stuff for him like real fast, where he's just like, I have this idea, I want it on tour, and I'm in so-and-so tomorrow, ship it to wherever, and we'll just do it.
Chaprare says he and his brother never would have thought they would get to this point, but are glad they get to live out their dream every day.
Anybody who's an entrepreneur or passionate about what they do, if they have a hobby and it's around crafts or whatever, they know that a lot of blood, sweat, and tears goes into it. So there's a lot of passion that goes into building our drums.
Now, their drums are in a few retail stores now, but are hoping to one day sell them to stores worldwide. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
We are less than 10 days away from the opening of MGM Springfield, but don't expect the resort casino to look like Vegas anytime soon. Last night, the State Gaming Commission denied the casino's proposal to put up an animated digital sign off 91. The commissioner says the sign's moving images could distract drivers. The casino can still put in the sign, but the images just can't move. The commission says it'll consider in 90 days after the casino opens. 17 companies have informed the city of Worcester their interest in opening a marijuana shop. Those applying are required to run community meetings. Tuesday night, ELC Family Corp held its meeting at 2 Putnam Lane, discussing their plans for a potential shop in the future. City Councilor Candy Merrow Carlson says she is in favor of the marijuana shop, saying it's good for the city, bringing in revenue and new tax dollars, but she believes they should be spread out.
As I said on council floor, I'm not in favor of clustering them all in one area or in one district. I don't think that that's good for anybody. I don't think it's good for the businesses, because if they're all sitting in the same area, then they're all vying for the same money.
And all of the meeting times and locations are posted on the city's website. The Worcester Community Action Council receives a grant to continue a crucial program the agency offers for young children. A $57,000 grant has been given to WCAC from Fundación Mafre to support the nutrition program at the agency's Head Start program, which families must meet income eligibility standards to qualify. It provides breakfast, lunch, and snack every day for children enrolled. Co-director Kathleen Dow says they do receive a small grant from the USDA, but it doesn't cover it all, so this money will help immensely.
Children, we know through research, they need a good solid foundation right off with breakfast. So this funding actually would provide 89 breakfasts. Now, given time, if you were to start on September 14th, that takes us all the way to January 1st.
And the agency currently serves more than 200 preschool children in 12 Head Start classrooms in Southbridge. Renovations are underway at a new facility in Webster, which is slated to open in January. Today is the final day to register to vote in the state primary coming up on September 4th. Under state rules, voters must register or make changes at least 20 days before an election. City and town offices will be open until at least 8 o'clock tonight. Online registration will be open until midnight.